Who would have thought that the A-list singer behind the song Renjen de Xue would now have his stage performance cut short and interrupted by corporate powers just for shouting his best friend's name? At a music festival in October 2023, the exact moment Xue Zhiqian yelled, "Qiao Renliang, can you hear this?" the stage lights went completely pitch black. Staff members frantically scrambled to blame it on equipment failure, but everyone in the audience knew damn well this was no accident at all. Ever since 2017, whenever Xue Zhiqian dares to mention Qiao Renliang's name in public, what awaits him is never just a dead mic, a abruptly halted show, or related video clips being scrubbed entirely from the internet. Who on earth is this A-list singer who once moved millions of album copies and sold out massive tours actually calling out? Why is even the simple right to remember his own best friend being ripped away from him? Today, let's tear open the scars of the entertainment world to witness just how steep of a price Xue Zhiqian has to pay, simply to demand justice for Qiao Renliang. Before we tear this all down piece by piece, if you want to support Trace Zero so we can keep bringing you deeper, long-form investigations, consider joining Trace Circle. You'll get exclusive stickers featuring my face to use in the live chats and comment sections. I'll see you there. Hi Tracers, Sean here. How's it going? If you follow the entertainment industry, you probably know that the glamorous stage is often just a facade. Behind the bright spotlights and the cheering crowd lies a dark system, ready to crush anyone daring to swim against the current. And today, we're going to unpack one of the darkest stories about the price of loyalty, friendship, and a musician's desperate fight against corporate clutches. Because you never know how deep this hole goes. This story dates back to the 2007 talent show Go Good Boys. That year, he shared a dormitory with Qiao Renliang. Amidst the brutal system of the talent competition, these two young men chasing the same musical dreams forged a bond that went far beyond ordinary friendship. Back then, Qiao Renliang was stressed about paying his rent, and Xue Zhiqian would always quietly help him cover it. And when Xue Zhiqian was blacklisted by his agency and left with zero opportunities to perform, Qiao Renliang quietly shared his own resources with Xue, telling him, "Don't give up. Sooner or later, we're gonna make it." This mutual support ran even deeper by 2015. At that time, Xue Zhiqian was preparing his album, looking gloomy as he stared at his lyric notebook. Without saying much, Qiao Renliang spent 3 sleepless nights helping him edit the lyrics, and even brought in a producer friend to help out for free. Late at night in the recording studio, the two of them linked pinkies and made a promise. Whoever made it big first would pull the other up. We're gonna stand on the biggest stage together and sing. But this promise would never get the chance to be kept. In September 2016, as news of Qiao Renliang's sudden passing broke out, Xue Zhiqian was recording an episode of Mars Intelligence Agency. According to guests present at the time, the moment he saw the notification on his phone, the prop in his hand dropped to the floor with a loud crash, and his entire body froze in place with a terrifying blank stare. Without waiting for the production crew to react, he shoved the person next to him and screamed, "I have to go to Shanghai. I have to see him one last time," forcing a halt to the shoot regardless of anyone trying to stop him. At Qiao's funeral, Xue Zhiqian hugged his best friend and wept until he collapsed to the ground, repeatedly trying to break into the viewing room only to be held back tightly by the staff. With bloodshot eyes, he screamed in front of the surrounding media, "Qiao Renliang is not what you guys are saying. He's being slandered. This world owes him the truth." This sentence exploded like a bomb, instantly shattering the calm of the entertainment industry and pushing Xue Zhiqian himself into a position directly opposing corporate power. Right then, marketing accounts swarmed, like sharks smelling blood, immediately churning out articles en masse to smear him for using his best friend's death to chase clout. Yet Xue Zhiqian didn't have a single second to care about that filth. he started gathering hard evidence of the pressure Qiao Renliang faced while he was alive. Unfair contracts where his pay was only a third of industry standards, yet he still had to shoulder his own promotion costs, audio recordings capturing corporate forces, forcing Qiao Renliang to tag along for drinking sessions, and chat logs showing how resources were pulled overnight after Qiao Renliang refused sensationalized promotion. He gathered this bloody evidence and reached out to newspaper journalists, hoping to expose the rot and demand justice for his friend. But reality hit him like a brick wall. The journalists, holding the evidence, went to their superiors, only to be hit with orders that the piece could not be published. The opposing side even gave him a quiet warning behind the scenes. Stop digging into this. You can't beat them. Watch out, or you'll get dragged down too. That was when Xue Zhiqian finally understood that Qiao Renliang's death was never an accident, but a tragedy orchestrated by corporate hands, and he was already standing on the opposite side of this dark game. By the way, for those of you wanting to grab some official Tracers merch, everything is live right now. We've got hoodies, tank tops, mugs, tumblers, phone cases, and a whole lot more. You can check it out by clicking the link below. It's fully integrated right here into the video. The year 2017 was the peak of Xue Zhiqian's career. Sales of his album Beginner hit millions, and his concert tickets were always hard to come by. He even received an invitation for the CCTV Spring Festival gala rehearsal. Right when everyone thought he was about to climb to the pinnacle of success, during an interview he suddenly warned, "Some artists look brilliant on the surface, but behind the scenes, they have to endure a lot of injustice. I had a friend who, because he refused to compromise with corporate power, ended up losing his life forever." Although he didn't mention Qiao Renliang's name, the corporate forces instantly understood his hidden message. A meticulously planned public opinion siege proved far more vicious than any storm. The Li Yutong incident suddenly exploded, and massive amounts of deliberately edited news snippets, along with fake slanders, were exposed en masse. What was called financial fraud was actually an investment he previously provided to help Li Yutong's business, yet it was twisted into fraud. What was called infidelity during marriage was simply a normal relationship after he and his ex-wife had divorced, yet a sensationalized storyline about cheating during pregnancy was fabricated. Overnight, the topic Xue Zhiqian scumbag dominated the top searches, with readership surpassing 3 billion within 48 hours. Marketing accounts acted as if they had made a pact, collectively writing articles to tear him down and nail him firmly to the pillar of moral disgrace. The price of this siege was so tragic that people wouldn't dare to imagine it. The CCTV Spring Festival Gala immediately canceled his performance under the pretext that his image did not align with the gala's standing. Brands that had already signed cooperation contracts collectively canceled them, and a beverage brand even demanded 20 million yuan in damages for defamation. Sold-out concerts were forced to be canceled, and just for contract penalty fees alone, he paid 8 million yuan. Even more cruelly, his songs were wiped from major music platforms overnight. The singer who once dominated the charts vanished without a trace. Variety show videos scrubbed every single segment featuring him, and even on Mars Intelligence Agency, close-ups of his face were edited out cleanly and replaced with the reactions of other guests. In 2018, Xue Zhiqian refused to surrender and be crushed, just like that. He sought out Li Yutong for a direct confrontation, but the other party dodged him and instead churned out even more fake slanders. He gritted his teeth and sued the marketing accounts that spread the rumors. But the opposing side had corporate backing, not only destroying evidence, but also turning around to accuse him of infringing on their right to reputation. This case dragged on for 2 full years, and Xue Zhiqian finally won. But those marketing accounts only issued meaningless apology statements without receiving any substantive punishment whatsoever. Meanwhile, he wiped out his savings, paying nearly 5 million yuan in legal fees. The pressure from corporate power was far more ruthless than he could have ever imagined. Television programs received a ban, strictly forbidding them from inviting Xue Zhiqian. He wanted to organize small shows of his own, but was told by local authorities, "We received a notice. We cannot rent it out to you." Even fan communities received warnings not to organize support, otherwise their accounts would be blocked. In 2019, Xue Zhiqian made a risky decision to hold an acoustic concert in an underground bar. There was no promotion, only quiet word of mouth through fan groups, and the ticket price was set at a mere 100 yuan, just so he could talk and sing with the people who supported him. Even so, he still couldn't escape the watchful eyes of corporate power. Half an hour before the concert started, the bar was suddenly swarmed by fire department inspectors. Staff members brought in equipment and inspected the place for 3 whole hours, finally forcing the show to be shut down under the pretext of blocked emergency exits. Fans at the venue cried out, shouting, "We just want to listen to him sing." Xue Zhiqian merely smiled to comfort everyone. "It's fine. We'll sing again next time." But the moment he turned around and stepped backstage, he could no longer hold it in, crouching on the floor and sobbing uncontrollably. He knew that even for a tiny underground bar like this, corporate forces refused to let him go. That same year, unable to endure the gossip and external pressure, Xue Zhiqian's father suddenly suffered a stroke and was hospitalized. Although he survived, it left him with partial paralysis. Xue Zhiqian completely halted all his work to take care of his father at home. During that time, he lost 10 kilograms and a large portion of his hair turned white. The once vibrant A-list singer had withered away to look like a middle-aged man. In 2020, short videos started taking off. Xue Zhiqian wanted to share his music through Douyin, only to find that his account was receiving special treatment. The view count for any uploaded video maxed out at 900,000 at best, falling way below the baseline of ordinary users. He tried doing a live stream to sing, but the moment he sang the very first line of Renjende Xue, he received a live stream content violation warning and was forced to shut it down. Fans even discovered that searching for Xue Zhiqian on Douyin would trigger a warning saying, "Problematic artist, exercise caution when following." According to his assistant, corporate power controlled everything from the platform's back-end, not only throttling his traffic, but also filtering out positive comments and leaving behind only malicious ones. Once during a live stream, he saw someone in the comments section write, "Support Xue Zhiqian, you've been slandered." But that comment appeared and was instantly deleted, replaced instead by insults reading, "Scumbag, get lost already, what a thick-skinned bastard." In 2021, Xue Zhiqian finally caught a glimmer of hope. Director Xu Zheng decided to go against public opinion and invited him to sing the theme song for the movie B for Busy. Xu Zheng stated in an interview, "Xue Zhiqian's music has a story, and I trust his personal character. You can't just deny a person's talent because of some rumors." After the song was released, it unexpectedly blew up, with views on short video platforms surpassing billions, even climbing to the top of music charts. But this hope was short-lived. Not long after the charts forcibly scrubbed the song under the pretext of abnormal data, industry insiders revealed that this was ultimately the handiwork of corporate operations behind the scenes. They didn't want Xue Zhiqian to have any chance of making a comeback. What was even more outrageous was that marketing accounts started fabricating rumors all over again about Xue Zhiqian buying bots to manipulate data, even forging fake bot transfer records. Although fans successfully exposed it in time, it still heavily impacted the song's reach. In 2023, Xue Zhiqian held his Alien tour. His tickets were still in massive demand, but accidents kept happening continuously. At the Shanghai stop, the backstage backdrop suddenly crashed down, almost crushing him. At the Guangzhou stop, his microphone malfunctioned multiple times, forcing him to finish the show entirely a cappella. At the Chengdu stop, right after the concert ended, a stranger ambushed him backstage and ruthlessly threatened, "Stop mentioning Renliang ever again, and don't expect to get too popular either, or else next time won't be this simple." Facing such danger, Xue Zhiqian didn't show even an ounce of fear. He turned around and posted a photo of Renliang on Weibo with the caption, "We'll never forget you, and we'll never bow down to the darkness." Even though this Weibo post had its traffic throttled almost immediately, screenshots of it were captured and saved by fans as proof of his defiance against corporate power. Looking back over these past 7 years, Xue Zhiqian went from being an A-list singer standing in the spotlight to a problematic artist blacklisted across the entire internet. He lost his career and reputation and almost lost his family, yet he never surrendered. He's still writing songs, still singing, still speaking up for Qiao Renliang, and still fighting against the darkness of the entertainment industry. He once said in an interview, "I know I can't beat corporate power, but I refuse to compromise. I want to demand justice for Qiao Renliang, and I also want to fight for a shred of dignity for slandered artists." Xue Zhiqian's story acts like a mirror, reflecting the most ruthless side of the entertainment world. Corporate forces can casually fabricate rumors, ruin an artist's entire lifetime, manipulate public opinion to twist black into white, and cut off all resources to ensure you never stand a chance at rising back up. And those who guard their moral boundaries and dare to fight back often end up paying the steepest price. Today, Xue Zhiqian is still carrying on with his tour and continuing to write music. Even though he is still restricted and suppressed, countless fans remain right by his side. At the end of his concerts, he always sings Ren Zhen de Shui, then smiles and tells the audience down below, "Thank you guys for still being here. I won't let you down." Maybe he will never be able to return to the peak of his glory, and maybe he will never manage to secure justice for Qiao Renliang, but his resistance has already become a faint yet unwavering light in the entertainment industry. This light illuminates the corners shrouded in darkness, proving that even at the bottom of the abyss, one can still choose not to compromise and fight with everything they have for the truth. What do you guys think about this case? Drop a comment below. I want to know your thoughts. And as always, if you're still watching this, maybe you're looking for the same thing I am,